Don't choose to stay just because you're scared to be alone. Despite being grateful for knowing what love actually feels like, you should not struggle to keep a marriage thriving just because you're scared to be alone. We all tremble at the thought of being left alone, so we decide to cling to a dead marriage. The feeling that someone looks after us makes us feel valued and loved, and is what keeps us in a relationship. We feel like a piece of the puzzle is missing without those feelings, like a masterpiece waiting for the finishing touches. However, offering our emotions and our best parts to the wrong person will end in our downfall. The feeling of being left alone is what keeps us close to the wrong person, even though it is emotionally and mentally draining. We are simply afraid of restarting our life, thinking we can salvage a situation that has already been unsalvageable for quite some time. We are afraid to undergo a reset and to accept our fate, no matter how painful the marriage is. The impact it has on our mental and emotional states is huge, but we do nothing about it because of fear. Fear is a powerful driving force. We fear that the other person might not accept who we really are, or accept our deepest and darkest secrets, so we choose to settle with the ones who are bad for us because they are already there. As we feel weak, we become a captive of that person who only has selfish intentions. Struggles and disagreements are part of every marriage and they are inevitable, but we need to understand that those hardships should not come from the person we love. If they love us the same way we love them, they would know this. Those struggles might be some external factors, but the goal of being married is to overcome those problems together with your partner. They should not be the cause of those issues. The first step toward your salvation is to learn why you're scared to be alone in the first place. Maybe you are worried about what other people like your family members and friends will think about you. However, that is not the reason why you should stay in a broken marriage. You have to figure out the cause of why you feel lonely. Embrace the loneliness and enjoy it fully. Learn how to enjoy the feeling of not having to be accountable for everything you do. There is a magnificent world out there waiting to be explored, so try to find new hobbies and interests, and the weight and fear you are feeling right now will disappear, believe me. You have to find the right balance. There will be times when the feeling of being alone will emerge once more, but you just have to embrace it. Being on your own is perfect, and no one can take that from you. Never settle for an unhappy marriage, as it will cause your downfall. I get it, everyone feels pressure from society, friends, and family members to find the one and succeed in that part of your life. However, the problem is when you don't realize how damaging an unhappy marriage can be. Having a toxic husband or accepting inappropriate behavior from the one you love will cause you to feel even more lonely. Your dissatisfaction and loneliness will spread into other areas of your life. It may affect your job or hurt your relationships with your parents. And all of that because you are afraid of being alone? One thing that you can do to lessen the fear of being alone is to be grateful and count your blessings. If you've discovered the reasons why you're afraid to be alone, then you can start writing them down. Also, start making a note of the things you are grateful for. Find a quiet spot in your home and write down whatever comes into your mind. Picture yourself writing a book for a girl who shares the same feelings that you have right now. What would you say to that girl? If you embrace your fears, anxieties, and concerns, you will gather the strength to overcome them, because you will notice the positive things that you should be grateful for. Shift your view of the future. Whatever you are feeling right now, it will change and time will heal things. Remember that it's never too late to discover hope, and God will reward you when you believe in it. Your past actions do not determine your future. You have gained so much experience from all those awful situations, and look at you. You are still alive. That means you can overcome anything, even being in an unhappy and bad marriage right now. You can change that successfully. The hope of a better tomorrow will shift the way you think about your life to a more positive manner, even if you are currently in a painful or dissatisfying marriage. You are strong and independent. You lived your entire life without that person before, and you can do that again. Don't stay in a relationship just because you're afraid of being alone. There are so many things to discover out there, things that could bring you joy and happiness. Start detaching from your husband and stop clinging to something that is dead already. I know it is hard to emotionally detach from someone whom you have entrusted your deepest and darkest thoughts. However, the feeling you will have after you disconnect from that person will be extraordinary and beautiful, and you deserve to feel it.